Hey everyone, so if you're shopping for a new photography bag, you're always trying to figure out which one to get. So I thought I'd make a comparison video, kind of comparing the three bags that I have here in front of me. Here I have the Shimoda Action X50, the new one that's on Kickstarter right now. There's a link in the description of the video if you wish to check out more information about it. And I have the Explorer 60, which is the previous model, and the Explorer 40. Now all of these bags are great bags just to begin with, but there's a couple of differences between them obviously. So I'm gonna start off by kind of going through the outside features that are on each one, compare one to the other, how it's different, and then move on to the inside, what are the new features on this one compared to this one. Now like I said, both these bags, like the two designs, are all still really great and really functional for what you do, but it depends on what you're looking for and what you're searching for as a photographer. I'm gonna go over with the features on the outside first and then kind of move into the inside, how it's different on each one. So this might be a bit of a long video, so if you have nothing to do, grab a coffee, sit down and just enjoy this. So the first thing I'm going to start with is probably the front, and I'm going to move on to the side, then the back, and the other side. This is, I think, the best way to go about it, comparing all three together. And just for demonstration purpose, all three top compartments here are empty, just so, because, especially these two, because I didn't have the same amount of stuff to kind of fill up for demonstration purpose. I kept them empty to show them how they look, just compressed down, and then I'll show you how it looks when I open it up and show you how it looks like, almost like fill up in terms of space and height. So yeah, so let's get started on the outside of the bag. Mostly these two, they have the similar features because they're the same time they were launched kind of together. So the features on this one are the same when it comes to the material and the finish and stuff like that, but they still are quite different as well in terms of size and a bit of design too. And these one too have a lot of difference between each other. So on the front of the bag, you still have the two straps with the clips here, same as here as well. And the only difference that I can note is that, you know, like, is the middle here, there's like the loop that the strap go through. Here it used to be like a small loop. Here it's a more thicker and it's a different material. It's like I think it's a more sticky material. So it makes sure like this will last probably a longer time. Not that I'm saying that this is not secure enough. This is pretty secure too, but they changed it up how the design is, because now it just kind of sits on the outside of the bag rather than this one. It was kind of coming out from the inside. There was like a small hole here that would go to a small compartment. So it's kind of a more, better design in terms of dirt can't go inside this hole and then, kind of gets hard to clean up. So this is more like just sits on the outside of the bag on the material. It's one piece. There's no hidden layer underneath like this one. But I think they designed this so when you're not using the strap, you can stow away in here, which makes sense in a way. Here you don't have that stowaway for the straps anymore, which is fine. I never really stowed them away. I just kept them attached on the outside of the bag. So that was the front. The logo is also here. You have like the minimal logo. You have also the minimal logo, but they did it in white here. I find it quite nice. So the material on the front of this bag here, it's a bit more thicker than the material here and here. It just feels like it can take a bit more abuse. It's probably, hence by the name Action. It's made to be in the action. It's made to take the rough, take the abuse, So it does feel a lot thicker, and it's actually nice to have that, especially on this part, because it's the part where you might put your bag down on, rocks or sharp items. So you want to have a thick material. So this is actually pretty nice to have. And I'm gonna move on to the side here and go over each one. I'm just gonna turn these so you can actually see the side, how they look. Now, on this one here, I have the water. I have one of the pockets here with the water bottle inside. So I'm just gonna remove that now and show you how that works. So when I remove the water bottle, I'm gonna put that down. This one, it has a kind of a, it's just a tripod pocket that you can put a tripod on or water bottle. And the clips here, there are different clips than these one here at the bottom. They're the same material as the front here, I believe, and they're more sticky. They have a better grip than these kind of materials, so that's kind of a nice to have. And this is the where you store the side pocket if you want. And if I open up the side here, as you can see, this is how it's different. This is where I have my side access here, where usually I put a camera in here that I'm using right now for the video, and I can just reach for it whenever I want, you know, put it back whenever I want, and I can have my filters here, also quick reach as well. I have them set up on top. And the way this works, that you don't have to use a side access here. You can actually use it as a regular core unit by taking out this part and just kind of zipping it up here. So basically, you just have regular full core unit you access from the back. Or if you decide to use the side access, you just kind of tuck this lip inside here, inside the side pocket. And with the sticky part, just stick it on the material, it sticks nice and secure. So when you do open your bag, right away you have to reach into your bag. And this is what I like about this Action X series, as a side access. For me, this is a really nice feature. Compared to these two, for example here, if you're trying to reach the side access, is that you do have it on this one. You can reach in the bag, but in order to reach like your camera equipment, you'd have to set, let's say, a small core unit. You'd have to set it sideways, facing up, so you can actually reach in, get your camera bag. So there's a lot of wasted space in that material when it takes away from your gear. When with this one, you're basically just setting up the same core unit you have. A section of it is dedicated to the side axis, the other section towards the back axis. So I find the side axis here on this one is really much more improved. And you know, other than that, you still get the two straps on the front here, two straps at the bottom, but no pocket here. Same thing as here, no side pocket for a tripod or water bottle. So to have that feature is really nice on this one. And as well here you have the routing for the water hose that goes from here towards the front. It's the same on here as well, you know, but I do feel this one here was a little small. Here they made it quite bigger, so it's actually nice to have that. They made the opening a bit bigger, I think, so it's kind of nice to have that, because I always kind of struggle with passing through. On the Explorer 40, the side access is on this side, but the way this works is that this one actually zips all the way around, and you can access your stuff from here. So you do have a bit more flexibility with that, but it zips all the way. So if you go too far, the whole bag is open. Versus here, it just ends up here. Alright, so I'm gonna move on to showing you the back side of the Action 50 versus the 60 and the Explorer 40. So as you can see here on the back, you have the handles at the top as well. You get the straps here as well. You get the adjustable straps as well. You have a small, medium, large and X large. You have a small, medium, large and X large here as well. And here you have small, medium and large and X large as well. So you have all these, you can adjust these straps on them. The straps feel relatively the same, but obviously the color and the material is different on these ones compared to these. And here you do have a larger cell phone pocket here to kind of store your cell phone, business cards, whatever you might need. And a different addition here is they used to have the logo up here, and they have it now on the side here, which I think is quite nice, and I do like the white. And on this side they have another, here you have the pocket for water bottle. Here they have an expandable pocket that can expand with a zipper. So you can actually store a bigger water bottle, or you know, whatever you might think of, bird spray, something like that. I don't know. And it's pretty much, you still get the clips right here to clip. You still have, on each one you have the whistle here that you can, if you're in a, you know, emergency, you can actually do that. All three have that whistle on the clip. And Pretty much the back here is kind of similar except for the different size pockets as well between all three. So there's not much difference here. When it comes to the back here, you have the same mechanism to open the pocket here. To access your stuff. You do get the magnetic clip, that the waist stabilizer here that you unclip, and it actually just clips on with the magnetic. So inside here you have the laptop sleeve, which now can have up to a 15-inch MacBook Pro, so I think it's bigger than your previous two. And here in my setup I have, you know, the new medium DSLR core unit, which I've set up to take my gear as I want it, and I have one small core unit, my previous core unit, that I put on top here just so I can store additional stuff. And the waist belt on this bag is removable compared to the other two. If you're not using it, you can remove this waist belt and just, you know, just have it not sticking out like that. When it comes to the waist belt itself, it's kind of the same design. You get the trash pocket sleeves here on both sides. On each one you get the trash pocket sleeve, you can store trash, and you get the little handle here. So yeah, this pretty much covers the back side of how it looks. I'm gonna move on to the other side here. Actually this side right now. I'll kind of show you how it all looks on this side. It's gonna be long, I told you. So yeah, on this side you also get a second strap here and a second strap there. Same thing here, you get two straps on each side for storing tripods, whatever you need. But with this one, here you have the second pocket where you can put your tripod legs in and secures the tripod really nice to the bag. This is what I like about the new bag. Like, I like the side access and I like the tripod being able to secure it properly. And one of the differences as well too is that if you open up this side pocket here, is, let's say you have all the storage here to kind of store miscellaneous items, and you have a storage here as well. You can put stuff in it. It's quite nice to have that, you know, just to store stuff. So I'll zip that up. And on this one here, same thing with the Explorer 60 and the Explorer 40, is when you open up this zipper pocket, you do get one tripod sleeve that is pretty large. You can store many things in there other than a tripod. You can store a water bottle, large water bottle. You can store, like, you know, sometimes I've put a seat in here. If you're, you know, going camping, you can put, like, you know, like a chair, one of those mini chairs that folds in, you know, and that stows away when you don't need it. So it's kind of like this one, you do get some kind of pocket, but on the other one you do get a different, what do you call it? The side pockets are more functional. I find having two of them is great on this one. And on this one as well, I'm going to show you right here quick. When I open this up, you have also the same pocket here on the side for your tripod or whatever you might think of to use it for. So I'm just going to store that in. Put it back in its place. One thing I noticed that's different on the zippers is that this one you get the leather handle. On this one you get this kind of textured material that's more, you know, probably durable, more for the outdoors rather than leather, but both are actually never had issues with any of them. And both the zippers, I mean, are actually, like, you know, weather sealed kind of, so your stuff is secure inside the bag, they don't get wet. So that kind of covers the bag on all three ends. I'm just gonna go over the top units, how they work, and show you how each one is different. So one more thing about the outside is the front pocket is relatively the same on each bag. You still have room to put your water bladder right here. You can, you know, put it inside and pass your hose through the opening to the outside, and you can attach it on your strap right here. So that's a nice function to have. You have it on all three. It does feel a bit bigger on this one, but I'm not really an expert in measurements wise, you know. And you do get the two pockets here with the zipper to kind of store miscellaneous items on this one. So on the front of this pocket here, this one just opens up from here to here. But I think on this one it goes down all the way. And I find this is actually sufficient. It doesn't have to open up all the way. So you still have the front unit to kind of put items, and you have a place to put your water bladder here. But here you don't have any pockets like this one here does. As you can see here, there's 2 zipper pockets in the front. And compared to the Explorer 40, I'm just gonna open that right here. This also opens all the way. You see you have just the front, you can put whatever you want. You have the place for the water bladder, but also no zippers on this one. So I'm just gonna zip these up. I don't find the fact that this doesn't open all the way down, I don't find it very necessary. I think this just gives you enough space to kind of reach in, get whatever you need, stuff whatever you need inside, without having to, you know, open all the way down. So right now, after I've went through the outside, I'm just gonna show how the top units on each one kind of works and the difference between lengths and widths. So this one, obviously, when it's packed away, it clips on here on each end. So I'm just gonna clip it back just for demonstration purposes. So on this one, on the Action X50, as you can see, I just unclipped it, I roll it backwards, and this is how it sits when it's kind of like, roughly, if you have it full to the top, it's pretty much kind of like that. So it does say you get 7 liters of storage when expanded. So this is 50-liter bag, so it's actually the equivalent of 57 liters, let's say. And on the inside here, you have 2 mesh pockets on the front that you can actually store, you know, whatever items you need. I'm trying to show you here how it looks on the inside. Let me lift that up. On the inside, I don't know if you can see that. Try to see that, can you? Maybe. And when you fold it down, you just roll it and clip it in the back. And what's nice about this bag is that if you don't like having to each time to access the bag using the roll mechanism, you have a zipper in the front here that you can open and reach in. And these are the mesh pockets that I was talking about. You get one on this end. This is how it looks. Kind of sideways, just tuck it back in. And you have one on the front as well. And this one on the front, it has, as you know as well, try to find it. Actually, it's the one on the back. And it has the keychain here to kind of secure your keys inside the mesh pocket. And you have one in the front as well. So 2 of them, one in the back, one in the front of the bag. Kind of to secure your stuff, whatever you might think of securely. And I do like the quick access here. So I'm just gonna open this back up to kind of compare it to this one. So with this one, you don't get, as you can see right now, it's open. I'm gonna leave it like that. So with this one, you don't get the, what do you call it, the top unit that you get here with the Explorer 60. Like this one, you have to unclip it, and you do have a top unit here that you can store miscellaneous items, and you have a mesh pocket at the base of the pocket here to also secure stuff if you want. So every time you want to access your things inside this top unit here, which is separate from the photography compartment, similar with that one, all these top units are separate from your photography compartment at the bottom. So to access your stuff, you unclip this at the top here, and you kind of open this up. As you can see, it's like kind of like a bag that expands based on what you need. And once, you know, when this is full, you can strap this over, and you can adjust the straps here in the back to give you more kind of more room to kind of clip it over. You can adjust the straps for the height. And here you have 2 pockets in the back here that you can actually, 2 pockets in the back here, you can store stuff in it. But other than that, I think that's the only storage you get on the inside. So everything just kind of sits in on top of each other. You can use the sleeves on the coordinates to organize your stuff inside. But it's pretty much, compared to this one, you know, the material on this one, it's definitely thicker for, you know, for protection. And, you know, it just you don't have to deal with this going over every time and opening it might take up some time. This you might access something really quick with the zipper and then put it back when you don't need it. But all, like I said, it's all a preference on what you like. But if I just expand these two together, height-wise, let's say if you're using up to this much, height-wise it's kind of similar. And if you can see that right here, I'm going to try to hold it up and hold this up. So for me it's slight difference, but obviously like if you find that you're looking to get the 50 to replace the 60 liter, I find that for me this would fit all my needs, and to have it compressed down as well, on days that you're not packing as much, I find it really, really nice. So yeah, but there's also a 70 liter option on this one, which is probably massive. If you're carrying that much more gear, you can get the bigger size or the smaller size, which comes in 30 liters. So now on the Explorer 40, the top unit is pretty much a fixed size. You can't compress it down. You just can have a limited space here, a small amount, and you do have 2 mesh pockets as well to kind of store miscellaneous items, but it is smaller in space versus the 2. Just gonna roll this out of the way because we don't need it anymore. So on the Action X50, you do get these loops here on the front and the back that you can actually use the accessory straps to store miscellaneous items like a tent or a sleeping mat. You can use also attach stuff at the bottom as well. Same thing with the Explorer 60. You have that, you need the accessory straps to attach a tent at the top or at the bottom. But with this bag is that you have to add on the accessory strap. They don't come with the bag, so you have to add them on if you use it, if you're looking for this kind of attachment. And on this one, the Explorer 40, you don't get it at the top, but I do believe you do get the straps attached a tent at the bottom if you wish to do that. Now, the only difference is between this one, and this one, is these ones, it doesn't come with the accessory straps, so you have to add it on if you're willing to use it. Now I'm going to move on to the inside of the bag, which is mainly the photography compartment, how it compares between this bag to these two. On these two bags I have a medium core unit and a small core unit that I kind of swap up between the two. And in this one I have the new medium DSLR core unit and one of my older smaller core units, which I believe is still the same as a new one, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But the medium core unit has been redesigned completely. All the core units have been redesigned for this bag. I'm just gonna open it up and just show you how I set this up here, just in more detail. I'm gonna move this out of the way so you can actually be more comfortable. Now, with this bag, I set it up for side access. Like I said, when I want to reach my video camera, I just have it sit here. I have my filters right here. I have my Sony camera right here. I have extra batteries, miscellaneous items here, memory cards. I have the top unit here, I keep my 100 to 400. And you can use this as, using 2 core units, a small on top of the medium, or you can get the large and just fill it up here, just one continuous core unit. And with the large, you still get this bottom portion of the large core unit where you can do the side access lip, open it up and have it stored inside the sleeve here. So you can have that. So I might down the line just substitute this for a large core unit, since I know I'm going to be using all the space, rather than have 2 core units, just have one continuous one. So you can choose, you can customize this any way you like as well. You can put 2 small core units, you can put a medium and a small, you can put a large core unit, so it's up to you how to do it. But all the core units, these ones, the design was on the side axis. That's different from the core units using on this bag. And here you get the same color on the laptop sleeve as the camera bag, which is quite nice, and it also stores a bigger laptop sleeve as well. So you can see I kind of set this up as I like. So basically I removed some of these separators as well to kind of make room for my stuff, but usually you get a bit more separators with your core unit that you can remove or set up how you like. I'm just gonna set this up. There's not much to say about this. So I'm I'm gonna move this out of the way because I think we're done with this bag and move on to the inside here. Now these two, as you can see, I'm gonna open them up. Yeah, one thing you do notice on the Action X50, actually I'm gonna bring it back, I forgot to mention. One thing you do notice on the Action X50 is the back here is the same color as the body. So even here it's kind of nice to have that, you know, have the similar color pattern as the body bag. When you can see here, it was always just the blue, you know, even if the bag is lighter. So on this one it has it empty because I have my coordinates inside here. But when I'm using these two bags, for example, when I use them, I have my different setup here. See, as you can see, the setup here is different than the other one because the other one I set up for side access, when this one I set up all for back access. So I'll have a medium core unit and a small core unit also on top, and I can take these out, put them in here whenever I want, swap up between the two. So it's really functional when it comes to that. And I have it set up for mostly back access because I never use the side access on this bag. Compared to that bag, I have a different setup in my core unit. Even though my gear didn't change, it looks very different how I set it up, you know, based on what I need. So all in all, after looking at these three bags, I gotta say one thing. All three bags are actually really nice. They're all comfortable to wear hiking. They all securely carry your gear wherever you're going up the mountain. But for me, this bag really supersedes the other two because of two things. One is still comfortable to wear. Actually, a couple more than two things. One, it's still comfortable to wear. Second, the side access on this bag I really love, and the two side pockets for the tripod or water bottle, it's really nice. And the fast access on the front with the expandable room that you can compact down to small space if you're not using it, or can expand up to the days where you have to put a little bit more in your bag. I feel like they merged the 40 and the 60 together. That if you look at the 40 next to the X50 when it's kind of compressed down, there's not much of a difference height-wise. So basically you get a 40-liter bag for lighter days, and then when you want to go full up, you get the expandable up to 57 liters. So this is so versatile. You know, I can't really think of anything bad to say about it. And just having the extra features like the side access, the two pockets, the front access here, you know, it makes it so much more really nice. And just having the more durable material on this, I feel like it's gonna last forever, you know. So it's a definite good purchase to get. So if you have any questions about these bags compared to the other two bags, if I missed something, I try to be as thorough as I can, kind of comparing all three together, but it's a lot of information. I hope you guys are still with me. So yeah, just drop me a comment in this video and I'll answer your question about it to the best of my ability. And yeah, if you want to check out this new bag, you know, it's available on Kickstarter right now for I think 29 or 28 more days before it's, you know, after it's going to be more expensive, and right now I think it's 30% less. So if you want to grab yours, there's a link in the description of the video. You can actually hop over to the Kickstarter page, learn more about it, or you know, order yours. And if you want to get any of these bags, you're still more than welcome to get them. They're still great bags, and I plan to still use them as well as my Action X50, although this one's really great. So yeah, so you can hop over to their, you know, website. You can order it off their website, or you can actually just order it off a photography retailer. You can check where the store is nearby, or you can order it from Amazon as well. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys with this video. I think it's I've had enough talking for one day. So like I said, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me a comment, and thank you for coming along. See ya. Kind of loop here, you know, compared to these two where it's just